Hello and welcome to the Rusted Brush. Today I got a special video for you guys. I just picked this off of Facebook Marketplace and it arrived recently, and I wanted to show this off. This is the Warhammer Townscape, and some of you probably don't know what this is, but it's a bunch of wargaming like terrain basically. Here it shows you kind of what it looks like. It comes with 39 terrain like buildings that it can make, which is really cool. It was made specifically for Warhammer Fantasy Battle and Fantasy Roleplay, although it does say 40k here. I don't know what world you're playing on, but I guess you could make it work. So yeah, this is really cool. So let's take a look inside. It's in great condition, by the way. This came out in 1988. I think some of the buildings are earlier than that, but the copyright date over here says 1988. All right, let's move on. So, this is in really good shape. It's never actually been opened. It's got a bit of tear here, like from the seal, but it's never been actually opened. So we're going to be opening that ourselves. And it's interesting that it's not in a box. It's in like this slip case thing. It almost looks like a book. So we're going to take that away from now. By the way, I do really like this art. This is John Blanche stuff. I really like his fantasy stuff. Not all of it though, but his terrain, or not terrain, but like his world setting views on Warhammer Fantasy look really good. All right, so let's open this bad boy up here. I got this for a really good price, and he had other stuff, but I just couldn't buy it all at once. And I'm kind of sad I didn't, because that stuff already sold. But it is what it is. There's always more deals in the future. Sorry about the noise of that stuff. But yeah, let's take a good look at this. So it tells you kind of what you need. So you'll need glue, scissors, modeling knife, a metal straight edge to cut against. It tells you just like how to assemble everything. It has like foldable tabs, how to cut it out. So it's pretty super useful there. It's really nice. They put a lot of effort into that instruction there. And wow, this is a lot of stuff. As you can see here, it shows you all the different buildings and stuff, and what page they're on. Let's see. The bridge is cool. Assemble each section as normal and glue the completed pieces together to make the farmhouse. So yeah, you have like different sections that you glue up and stuff. And I think there's some alternative builds. If I'm not sure. Maybe there aren't alternative builds. Maybe I'm crazy. But yeah, it's a lot of buildings, like 39, including like basic tents, but still, and some smaller buildings. But like it's a lot. But let's take a good look at the buildings themselves. And they're fairly like thick, but like they're not exactly like cardboard material. They're cardstock for sure. But these I'm not keeping at an LGS or anything. I'm going to be taking good care of them when I actually assemble them. I'm debating how I'm going to be basing them, or if I base them. So that's something I'll have to look into really, because I've never really built any cardstock stuff. But yeah, this is going to be my first time. And I love like all the symbols and signs and stuff. I think that's really cool. There's a lot to go through here. I assume this is the watermill. And you can tell the very Germanic kind of symbol heraldry especially. Looks very Holy Roman Empire-esque. Let's see. And the font here too. This would be great for Mordheim as well. Absolutely. Like, you couldn't go in the buildings, but like for background terrain or something like that for Mordheim, it could definitely work. But for Warhammer Fantasy, this stuff is really cool. And if you were playing the role-playing game, these would be a lot of fun to use as well. And it's cool that they're just like not buildings. Like I said before, they put a lot of work into like the symbols, and everything has names and everything too. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to be quickly showing you all the different buildings and stuff. I don't have any of them really memorized. They all look mostly like houses and taverns and that kind of thing. So this will definitely be a project. But I'm probably going to get a friend to help me so I can properly cut them out and everything. And then I'll make a decision on whether or not I base them or not. I like this little dog house or cat house. That's fun. Have her house. Oh, and here's a windmill. I assume it's not everything in here, but probably a 2-page thing if I were to imagine. I imagine this is the other part of it. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a crazy amount of terrain you get for this thing. I have no idea what the original MSRP was when this came out. But yeah, even for nowadays standards, what I paid for this, this was a good deal. I'm pretty happy. And I'm really excited to actually start building these and using them, even just for displaying my Empire army and whatnot. But yeah, it's cool. And I think this is like some sort of church or something, if I were to guess. Could be wrong. Man, just so much stuff. This is the town hall. It says it here. It's cool. It's interesting that they made the windows a separate piece too. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably pick up a really good knife as well, just to be careful. And I want to get nice straight edges. All right, here's an interesting one here. We got Slan in space. That's he's got the American flag. Okay. All right, that's a funny little. I guess you would call that an Easter egg, I suppose. That's fun. I don't know if I'll actually put that one on. Kind of ruins the immersion for me a bit on them. Let's see. We're coming close to the end. This is a nice building. I love that signage. Just so cool. There we go. Just more bits to use. And we're almost done. I saw this before, but there's a cool little wanted poster for some Mona Lisa looking woman. Green King over there. Some jousting notice over there. That's cool. What else do we have? Emperor Maximilian is what it says there. It might be hard for the camera to see. Emperor Maximilian Ayengerbrow IV slept here. I know Emperor Maximilian was a Holy Roman Emperor. I don't know if that's an actual emperor in Warhammer Fantasy. I'm going to assume it was, but I'm not familiar with them. But correct me in the comments. Yeah, it's neat. And lastly, I think this is the last one. Yeah, it's just a really cool terrain thing I got recently, and I was super excited to get this deal. I do love old retro stuff like this. So yeah, this will be something I'll definitely be showing off once I start building this stuff. I might put out a tutorial if I get the hang of it, but I'm not so sure. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just thought you guys would like to hear that. Sorry, not hear that, see that. Next video is going to be the Middenheim Soldier for the Empire that I'm building. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, and like. Take care, everyone.